Good morning, YouTube. Well, I say YouTube, it is for me. I don't know when you're going to be watching this or when you're going to watch this. And before I start, because I forgot to say it last time, is don't try anything that I do here. I'm a trained professional idiot, and this is just for educational and documentary purposes only. So that being said, let's get on with it. Unfortunately, I'm going to feel like I'm going to stuck record today. So the last review I did of a dry herb vaporizer, it wasn't too bad. I think I made it sound a bit better than I actually thought it was, but I didn't think it'd get any worse, and it has. Now today we're reviewing, I do believe this is the Aries Tech Herb 5G, another premium portable vaporizer, pocket size. Apparently this is the smallest pocket vaporizer on the market, yet the other one's smaller than this. So hey, I'm not to argue. Similar sizes. I'll get to the size in a minute. So comes in a nice little box, exact same as the last one, a little bit tighter. That's probably why I thought there was a different book, because it's in this one instead of the other one. So you get your manual, you get a little bag, and in there yet again is a brush, dabbing tool and charging cable. I will say right off the bat, looking at these two products, I don't know if they're from the same company or the same company makes the bits for them, because this is exactly the same bits in this than it was in the fake G pen. The boxes are pretty much exactly the same. Obviously the inlay's a bit different and stuff like that, because obviously they change. But going through the heat settings, the times, the functionality, and everything except the shell on the outside functions exactly the same. And it is a bit, and you know, I'm assuming what happens is one company, electronic company, has gone out and gone, right, we can produce this. All right, then you need to get somebody to produce a shell for you, or they've got different variations of, say, shells, and they'll say we can put them in here and you can do whatever you want with it, and they just get them to label it and stuff like that, because they are, except the shape of them, they are functionality. The functions and the specs are almost identical. This one boasts of 1,100 milliamp hour, I think that's called, when it's got the M in front of the amp hour. Correct me if I'm wrong in the listings below, in the comments below. You can tell I've been on eBay this morning. The only one difference between this one and the other one is this, obviously the design of it. Jesus Christ, is a design. It's quite nice, it fits in your hand quite nicely. One thing I did notice right off the bat is this is like really loose, not the nicest of plastic. The one bonus about this one, and this is the second thing that's a difference between this one and the other one, excuse me, I can't sit still today, is you get a separate mouthpiece, and you can order these separately, which is quite nice, because they're going to get gummed up at some point, and I'm assuming that filter doesn't look very interchangeable like the other one. But actually, funny enough, this glass piece actually sits in better. It's a tighter fit, and it's a lot nicer. So the price on this one is 36. I think it's 35.99. Yeah, 35.99. So I was hoping for a lot more. When I say a lot more, I was hoping for a little bit better quality. Not obviously that much more, because there's only £6 difference between them. But this one, I'm trying to keep it structured, guys. My head goes all over the shop, so if I start waffling from one to the next, because I should have it written down really, and write a script down so I can stick to it. But this, unfortunately, is a load of shit. Like I said, I was half expecting to have a half decent vape, but you cannot function properly. Yet again, I did the same with this one as I did with the other one. They both came together, and I put them both on charge together, and they'd all had 12 to 24 hours before I'd even used them. What happens is a red light comes on and goes off when it's charged, so I know it would have been charged, but it had been on for a long time. And yet again, this one's battery is even worse than the last one. Airflow, It's actually better with the ceramic. Ceramic, the glass. Yeah, strangely enough, it's actually better with a glass mouthpiece. I don't know if that's because it fits in better and it's tighter. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's it. So I actually tried it with a thing and not this one. I wish I tried it with this one now, but to be honest, it's not good. I would stay away from the last two. But yeah, again, if you're short on change and you need to get yourself by, these will probably do. Or you could probably actually pick yourself up a decent water pipe for next to nothing. I know they're not as discreet and you can't just whip them out anywhere and stuff, but the airflow on this is rubbish. The heat that comes from it is rubbish. You don't get a very good combustion. Well, it's not combustion, it's a convection, whatever it is. So it's not baking the thing. You're all basically wasting your time with this one. I did read reviews, and they were pretty mixed. You had most people saying it's not 4 stars, and there was the odd few, which I'm assuming it's just manufacturer's error, or just one of those things that you'll get the odd 1 or 2 that the batteries are shit on them. I've got to stop swearing, they're rubbish on them. And this is one of them. So if out of all them, you can try it. Bear in mind, if you get it on Amazon, the returns are pretty good. So if it's rubbish, you can always send it back. But let's go through the functionality. Still lazy, top loading. The only one thing I didn't like about this is when you're trying to put that in there, whereas on the others, this was flat, like and level with a bowl. So you can put your fingers in and put it in. Whereas this, I went down there, it's like you can't get your fingers in there. So you're having to drop the product in and then like push it in yourself and like fill it in. So if you can find one, sometimes these actually come with little funnels. They're not an actual full funnel, they're like just a quarter side of one, which helps you load the product in. Bear in mind, YouTube, this is to help you quit nicotine, this vape, and nothing else. So yeah, just don't bother. it's the easiest way I can say it. I'm going to put the specs at the end like I did the last time. I'll put the heat settings on in the video before, but it is virtually exactly the same. It's up to 30 seconds to get to the highest temperature, 25 to the middle, and 20 to the first one. It's got a ceramic coated bowl as the last one. Like I said, I'm repeating myself again because they're exactly the same machines, they're just in a different case. Size wise, they reckon it's 4 inches. I'm not sure if that's with that on top or that on top, or just the whole body. Yeah, again, it's similar size that way. It's a little bit thicker that way. I would reckon that is definitely an inch, 25 mil. It's probably about 25 mil all the way around, actually, roughly. And 4 inches top. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys because, unfortunately, it hasn't really started off the best. Excuse me. I wasn't expecting it to. But, you know, these little things sometimes surprise you, and you sometimes get a diamond in the rough, a little gem, whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, I think the consensus of this is jumping up to double the price to get a half decent vape, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll save that for January. We're nearly there, so you won't have to wait long. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to put this video out either, but going back, a quick one, the flavour off this is even worse than the last one. In fact, actually, I had 2 sessions with this and had to give up because it was just so horrible. Now, I use the same product as the last one, but there was just some funny taste in this. I do clean them out, by the way. I do clean the bowls out and stuff with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol before we start. Like just before I charge them up, I'll give them a quick whip round with an earbud, bit of isopropyl alcohol, run it round, and then I'll burn it off. I'll just start the vaporizer, I'll put it on its high setting and just leave it until it turns off, and then I'll do that 2 or 3 times if you can, but obviously you can't with these because the batteries don't last long enough. But that would be my general practice. I may even do a video on that of what I do when I get a new vaporizer. But I'm going to bore you guys. It's already 10 minutes. I'll see you on the next one.